Let me show you guys how I make my tehuino. For those who don't know, a tehuino is a fermented drink. It is super traditional and ancient in Mexico, and one of my childhood favorites. Here, I have about 2 pounds of masa that I bought at my local tortilleria, but you can also use maseca. In a big pot, we're going to dissolve 2 panochas or piloncillos, whatever you know it as. Let's be mature here, guys. 2 cinnamon sticks and a cup of brown sugar. I stir everything together just to make sure that the piloncillo fully dissolves and it doesn't stick to the bottom of my pot. While this is dissolving, I'm going to put my masa into the blender with a little bit of water and blend until smooth. Basically, what we're doing is some type of a slurry. Once you have blended all your masa, you're going to pour it into the pot, whisking at the same time so that you don't create lumps like I did. But I only had one hand, so whatever. Once it thickens up and you have no more lumps, you're going to turn the heat off and add the juice of 3 limes. Then I pour it into a big container so I can let this cool off because we're going to let this ferment for 2 days. Yes, it is supposed to look this thick. As a matter of fact, it's going to get even thicker. Now, we won't see this baby until 2 more days from now. After 2 days of fermenting, this is what it looks like. Yes, I know it is super thick, but it's okay because we're going to reblend this with a little bit more water. I just stick it to my blender and add tiny bit of water and then blend until smooth again. I do this in batches and pour everything into my pitcher. Consistency should be thick because it's a thick drink and it's gonna thin out with the ice. Now we're gonna prepare our tehuino. You're gonna need about a teaspoon of rock salt, pinch of baking powder, and the juice of 1 lime. You're gonna need a cup of ice where you're gonna pour your tehuino in there along with the lemon juice. And I don't know why, but you have to do this. You swish them back and forth from cup to cup to mix everything together and to thin it out. Now let's prepare our actual cup. I dip my cup into some rim dip and then into my powder mixture. I fill it up with ice and then I pour my prepared tehuino into my cup. Then I garnish my cup with a slice of lime. And there you have it, guys. This is how I made my tehuino. I feel like this video was so long, but it did take me 3 days to make this. Now, it doesn't taste as good as the ones from Mexico, but trust me, it will hit the spot. Hope you like this recipe. Bye! Packy lunch for my husband and his coworkers. So it is about that time again, and I decided to surprise my husband and his coworkers with lunch. They wanted me to pick up pizza, pasta, and a lava cake, and by the end of this video, I regret not doing that. I really hope I pulled this off because it was freaking hard. So for their pizza, I decided to make them a chile verde pizza. For the sauce, I'm just gonna use the sauce of the chile verde and I'm just gonna smear it all over my crust. Then I load it up with lots of mozzarella cheese. Then I load it up with lots of chile verde meat. I made sure that I covered everything with the chile verde. Then I added some more cheese. Half of the pizza, I'm gonna put some jalapenos and some burning butthole hot sauce. I stick it in my oven at 475 degrees for about 7 minutes. As soon as it comes out, I hit it with a little bit of onion and cilantro. I was so determined to make this shit work that I even bought a pizza box from Winco. And it's only 4 of them, so I know it's more than enough food. I also made them a small pepperoni and jalapeno pizza because I know that's my husband's favorite, and he's probably gonna eat most of it. And for dipping, they're getting more burning butthole hot sauce and some ranch. Now for the pasta, I decided to make them stuffed shells. I stuffed them with a creamy ricotta filling with cheese and spinach, and then I drizzled a meaty ragu sauce all over them. I loaded them up with lots of mozzarella and Parmesan cheese, and I actually made 2 of these casseroles. I covered them up with a sheet of foil and then stuck them in my oven for 25 minutes at 375 degrees. I let them cool off before even thinking about touching these because they were hot. And then I took it out the casserole dish and put it in my phone box because I'm almost sure I would have never seen those dishes ever again. Now for the lava cakes, I just made them individual lava cakes and I used a chipahoy cookie as a crust. Then I just dust them with a little bit of powdered sugar. This time I did write him a note just to let him know how much I love him. Now they didn't tell me to pick up drinks, but I did make them a banana strawberry horchata. And that's it, guys. I almost didn't make it on time, but I did. I loaded everything up in my truck and I dropped it off during lunchtime. Bye! Let me show you guys how I made my banana strawberry horchata. First, I begin by toasting my rice and my canela sticks to bring out the nuttiness in my rice. This is the second time that I toast my rice, and I'm telling you, I will never go back. Then I put my rice and my canela in a container, add some water, and I leave this soaking overnight. You can also do 3 to 5 hours if you don't have that time. I'm also using a banana and a half in this recipe. Half is gonna go for my baby, and the other half I'm gonna use for garnish. And since I got suckered into buying this $20 box of strawberries outside of Winco, I might as well put it to use. So I'm using 1 whole basket and 3 big ass strawberries that I'm gonna cut up for garnish. I'm also using a can of evaporated milk and a can of sweetened condensed milk. milk. I throw everything into my blender, my rice, my strawberries, my bananas, my sweetened condensed milk, my evaporated milk, and a couple tablespoons of vanilla. Fill up the rest of my blender with water and blend until smooth. I make sure to blend this twice just to make sure that when I'm straining, there's not a lot of rice granules left behind. Then I pour everything into my 3-quart pitcher and fill up the rest of the pitcher with water. I add my cut up fruit, which is the banana and strawberries, and mix everything together. Now this is the perfect time for you to check for sweetness. If it needs more sugar, add more sugar. If it's too sweet, just add more water. I filled up my favorite cup with ice and add some sliced strawberries in there because I didn't think I was gonna get any strawberries when I poured myself some water, but then all the damn strawberries started falling in there. And then to top it all off, I garnished it with a big old strawberry, but it's okay because you can never have too many strawberries in your drink. And there you have it, guys. Now you can enjoy yourself a delicious, creamy and refreshing banana strawberry horchata. Hope you like this recipe. Bye! Let me show you guys how I made my stuffed shells. I begin by seasoning my meat. I'm using a little bit of adobo, some garlic and herbs, and a little bit of Chef Merito meat seasoning. I mix everything together and let my meat brown up. Then I add 2 cans of spaghetti sauce and about a cup of water. I mix everything up again, let this come to a simmer, and then I cover and let it cook for about 20 minutes. For the filling of the shelves, I'm going to use about a 1/4 cup of spinach, a cup of ricotta cheese, 1/2 cup of Parmesan, and 1/2 cup of mozzarella cheese. I'm also using 1 egg, and I season with garlic, salt, and pepper. I mix everything up, and then I put everything into a piping bag. For the shells, I'm using the jumbo shells. I just put them into my boiling water, and I don't cook them all the way. I only cook them halfway because they will finish cooking in the oven. I put some meat sauce on the bottom of my casserole. I then pipe the ricotta filling inside of my shells, and then I ladle some of my meaty ragu sauce all over my shells. I load it up with lots of mozzarella cheese and some Parmesan. Then I cover them up with a sheet of foil and I stick them in my oven at 350 for 20 minutes. Let them cool off before serving because let me tell you, these are hot. These are the shells that I made for my husband's lunch, so I just transferred them to a foam box for him and his coworkers. And that's it, guys. Hope you like this recipe. Bye!
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad! You keep digging!
Well, excuse me.
It'll take me one.
Let's pack today's lunchbox for my cousin and her coworkers. Today I made them banana leaf chicken mole tamales. These are what the mole ones look like, but I also made them some spicy pork banana leaf tamales with a little bit of veggies, just so they have another option. Now I tried fitting 2 of these tamales inside the foam box because they're huge, and they also got a side of rice and a side of beans. But that's not all. I also gave them the option if they didn't want the tamales, they can also just get a simple plate of chicken mole. I just sprinkled it with a little bit of sesame seeds, make a big mess trying to serve the side of rice and a side of beans. And this dish came with 2 nejos. Now I don't know if that's how you guys call it where you guys are from, but that's what my suegra calls it, so that's what I call it, which is basically just yellow corn masa that you smear onto a banana leaf and you steam it. It's kind of like a tortilla. You just use this to scoop the mole sauce. But anyways, they're gonna take 2 of those and I just put those in a Ziploc bag. I'm also gonna make them a small sample of some taki esquites that are probably gonna come to the menu soon. It was just like a little mini sample. They also had the option between a soda or a mocha horchata. Yes, you heard correctly. It's a chocolate coffee horchata. I'm just gonna drizzle the top with a little bit of lechera so their teeth can fall off, and then sprinkle it with a little bit of chocolate and cinnamon. And that's it, guys. Now I have to hurry my ass up and get everything ready for them, including their drinks so they can come and pick up during lunchtime. Bye!